All right, we're coming to you live from the Daytona Super Speedway. We're going to be getting started with the Premier Sim Racing Association's kickoff race this year. Going to be a qualifying race here at Daytona Super Speedway. Going to be getting that underway here shortly. Looks like we do have our lineup set for the race. So I want to start just by first talking through a little bit of our race setup here. This is, like I said, week 0 at Daytona. We will be hosting races every Thursday starting on July 9th. You can see the link to the Discord server there. We're also going to have that in our YouTube description. So please join us. We would love to have each and every sim racer be a part of what we have going on. All right, we should be getting ready to grid here pretty quickly. I do want to give everyone a little bit of a lay of the land as far as where folks have qualified. We do have 11 entries into the race so far this evening. Count 12, actually. I do see one person who was not able to get down a qualifying time. So if we look at those times here, you can see where everyone qualified in, and we're going to be getting started here shortly as the teams get ready to grid. So I'm going to go quiet here for just a moment while we wait on those teams to get ready for that. All right, so rolling off first with a time of 50.273 seconds, we're going to have Dakota Nichols in the 24 car. Newcomer to the series, Travis Dart, going to be starting in second place in the number 11. John Dart going to be starting in third place there on the inside of the second row. Outside of the second row, Miguel Rodriguez in the 72 car. We're going to look then back to the third row with Griffin in the 6 car and Richard Moore in the 25. Behind them, we're going to have Cameron Arndt rolling off in 7th with Kyle Bridges kicking us off in 8th position. 9th place is going to be series regular Brandon Hare, Devin Benoit rolling off 10th. And then in the final row, we have the number 28 of Jared Ogletree and the 10 of Stephen Parker. Looks like we have everybody there on the grid. Hopefully we'll be getting ready to start racing very soon. Once again, racing to you, being brought tonight by the Premier Sim Racing Association. Going to be running races every Thursday night, starting this Thursday. Very excited to get that going. Now going to see if we can get caught up with our drivers, as we should be starting this race very soon. Showing lap number 1 of 40 here. All right, rolling off of pit road now. See our drivers making their way around. Dakota Nichols is going to be leading it off here tonight. You see him there on the inside of the front row. Looking to pick up right where he left off, winning not only the majority of the races in our most recent season, but also the overall championship. So he is hoping to pick up right where he left off. We'll be excited to see if he is able to do that here tonight. Speaking of tonight, this is a night race here at Daytona Superspeedway. Looking at a temperature of around 70 degrees Fahrenheit, 21 degrees, whatever the European version is. Wind is coming out of the northeast, just under 10 miles an hour, jumped up from 7 to 9 miles an hour. Clear conditions, 95% humidity. Gotta love that southern Florida weather. But getting ready to get started here. As you see, the lights are off on the iRacing pace car, and we are getting ready to get started. All right, the iRacing pace car takes that hard left-hand turn down onto pit road, and we are now under green. Ignore the red flags at the very top. We are, in fact, under green. Dakota Nichols gets off to a good start, is able to get the lead as they go down into turn number 1. And they are 2 by 2 behind him. We have the Darts, number 11 and 93. That's John and Travis Dart right behind him. That is Travis in the 93. I'm sorry, Travis in the 11 and John in the 93. And they are 2 by 2 as they come down the back stretch. Looks like most of the speed's going to be on the inside line as we get started. Whole field now getting up to speed. We see the number 6 car. That's Griffin Deere. He's going to be taking a shot to the outside here, trying to see if he can bring that top line along, get a little bit of momentum going, and it looks like he might be just getting ready to do that. He's on the outside of Cameron Arndt. Cameron running a really cool-looking Chicago Cubs number 3 car. Really cool look there. The 6 car, though, is able to get to his outside. We see that 93 of John Dart tucking in behind our leader, Dakota Nichols. Talking about some big movers early in the race, we mentioned Jared Ogletree started at the very end. He was in that final row, already up to 7th place. Already seen a little bit of moving, a little bit of shaking happening here in the early portion of this race. Again, just now working lap 2, getting started in what will surely be an action-packed race here at Daytona Superspeedway. I'm going to pull out here so we can see a little bit wider view of the entire field. Excited to see so many newcomers coming in this evening. So just calling out some of those newcomers we have this evening. John Dart currently running in 2nd place. We have Travis Dart in the 11 car. He's currently back in 8th place. And then we see a new name, Kyle Bridges, here in that number 9 Chevrolet as well. So excited to have all these new names joining our series regulars. Speaking of series regulars, got some tight side-by-side racing now between Cameron Arndt and Jared Ogletree. Looks like, that's Griffin Deere in the 6 and Jared Ogletree in the 28. Looks like they actually made a little bit of contact, maybe a bit of side drafting, got a little bit too close, up close and personal there between those two drivers. And they are still side by side as we come around to complete lap number 3, beginning lap number 4. Anytime you see side-by-side racing like that, especially early in a super speedway, you expect to see those cars lined up on the bottom have a bit more momentum. As you see, they just have way more cars lined up there. That is more cars to handle the split stream, so more cars are able to gather that momentum as they move on that low line. Just haven't seen that high line build up yet enough, although I will say we see the 72 here. That is Miguel Rodriguez. He's going to pull up behind Griffin Deere in the 6 and see if they can maybe work together on that outside line, start building up a little bit of momentum, start pushing back on this inside line that right now seems to be carrying all of the speed. Up front, meanwhile, no changes. We've got Dakota Nichols. He is in the front. Right behind him, that 93 car of John Dart. He is pushing that 24 car for all that 24 car is worth. He is not wanting to waste any time. In fact, as he's doing that, though, do want to comment, Griffin and Miguel able to get that top line working enough to push Griffin all the way out to the lead. It looks like Miguel has cleared the number 24 car of Dakota. We have a change at the point. Griffin Deere in the 6 car now leads Miguel Rodriguez after that intense and fast push on the outside line. Looks like we got a couple of other suitors trying to follow suit. We have the 28 car of Jared Ogletree, followed by, it looks like the 60 of Devin Benoit. Going to see if they can recreate that success, get a little bit of momentum going on that outside line. So far, not able to pull alongside 4th place John Dart in the 93 car to be able to make a contest for that. In fact, John Dart pulls up in front of the 28 of Jared Ogletree. Ogletree now just pushing him down the backstretch, trying to get every bit of momentum that they can. In fact, looks like it might have held them up a little bit. The 93 of Dart got a little loose, and they are now falling back towards the back of the pack, and they are going to recuperate back there, get relined up, and try another run here shortly. Focusing back up towards the front of the pack now, we see Brandon Hare here in the 27 car as he is pulled right up on the bumper of 4th place Cameron Arndt. They trail Dakota Nichols, who is now in the 3rd position in the 24 car. Miguel Rodriguez in 72, and Griffin Deere leads the way in the number 6 car. As we go back a little bit further in the field, you can see the 10 car here, Stephen Parker. He's currently running in the 6th position. He was able to get around Jared and John Dart as they fell back a little bit after trying that daring maneuver to the outside line there. There's Jared. Running comfortably in the 7th position. Devin is right behind him in that 60 car. And then as we go a little bit further back, we see John and Travis Dart. Maybe a little bit of teamwork. Maybe these two Toyotas linking up here, looking to try to work together to get back up towards the front of the pack. Richard Moore's fallen back here in the number 25, and Kyle Bridges now back in 12th position. He's several seconds back from the rest of the field. He's lost the main draft, as has Richard Moore in front of him. So got to think those guys are hoping for a caution here in the early going to see if they can get back in it. Meanwhile, back at the front, the top 6 car breakaway has now broken away from the rest of the pack. We've seen about a 2-second gap between the top 6 cars and going back to the 7th place car of Jared Ogletree. In fact, I'm going to start showing that. There we go. You can now see on our scoreboard the gap as we now come to start lap number 9. Griffin Deere still in the lead. It looks like they're just driving in a straight line, but mind you, these cars are bouncing all over the place, getting buffeted about by the wind. You see the 6 car, the 72, the 24 kind of moving around. That's that wind pushing on the nose of the car as they poke out just a little bit, get a little bit of air on the nose of the car, want to kind of push that car around some. So you'll see some big wiggles out of these drivers. This isn't them trying to be goofy or drive all over the track. This is just the wind from the tremendous force of going, almost 200 miles an hour, pushing these cars around. So we talked about this 6 car breakaway here up front, mentioned that the other drivers are now sitting now almost a full 3 seconds behind to the 28 car of Jared Ogletree. Looks like he has hooked up here with Devin Benoit. They might be working together here, see if they can run down the pack. If John and Travis Dart could perhaps catch them, then that 4-car pack may stand a little bit better chance. But you see still a 2.5, nearly 3-second gap from Jared and Devin back to the Darts here in the 11 and the 93 car. Back up to the front, though, Griffin Deere, no changes. He's still in the lead, still protecting that lead from Miguel Rodriguez, no doubt wanting to see if he can get a nose on the high or low side. As we come through to complete 10 laps now, 30 laps to go in our Daytona qualifier. with just 29 laps to go here in our opening duel race. We do have 2 races tonight, both of them at 40 laps. The average of the finishing positions of those 2 races will be the starting position for our points-paying season opener this Thursday night. That is a full-length race going to be coming at you this Thursday night. It will be points-paying, the opening to the Premier Sim Racing Association Premier Cup. So with just now coming to 28 laps to go, we will be looking to complete this race plus one more 40-lap race to decide the starting positions for that race. So only 28 laps to go here in this race, but no, we do have a second 40-lap race to follow, and it both will surely be a doozy with all of these drivers fighting tooth and nail for a spot in the race on Thursday evening. All right, rejoining here after just a short break. Not much has changed here at the front. Griffin Deere still leading the way. See Miguel Rodriguez. See a couple more pokes to the inside. You see a couple more drivers between Miguel and Dakota there in the 24, kind of poking their nose to the inside, maybe seeing if something will open up. Meanwhile, you got several drivers that have now fallen significantly back from the pack. Devin Benoit and Ogletree, Jared Ogletree currently sitting about 6.5 seconds back, and then about another 2 and some seconds back from them. You have the Darts, that is John Dart in the 93 and Travis in the 11. Meanwhile, a little bit of action happening here with this front pack, as you see. Looks like Brandon Hare just kind of poking his nose out to see. I'm going to keep a close eye on Brandon here and see. Yeah, you see, he is just wanting to stay tucked right underneath that 3 car of Cameron Art, just to make sure that he is tucked in, getting all the benefits of that draft, saving a little bit of fuel, but not much, as they are all hard on it and moving. So, in fact, we're going to pop back out here as he gets a huge run to the outside. Let's take a look and see if we can see just how fast they are going here. We're going to take a look and see. some side-by-side racing here as we have Brandon Hare now on the outside of Stephen Parker. He goes very wide there. Meanwhile, we do have Richard Moore in the pits. Looks like he is now in the pits, coming to the service of his crew. Should have to take one pit stop in order to make it the whole way through the duration of this 40-lap race. Back up to the front, we still see some side-by-side racing. Still have, looks like Stephen Parker and Brandon Hare currently showing up as the 27 car in our timing, the 18 car on the screen. So heads up on that. A little bit of a discrepancy there we'll have fixed before the first points paying race. But yeah, these top six just staying locked in now to ensure that that they keep their place here as the going gets late. Probably looking to plan for some pit stops here. Want to come in together, and right as I say that, it looks like Dakota's wanting to poke his nose out a little bit, maybe get a little aggressive around Miguel, but maybe thinks better of it as he tucks right back in. Yeah, so we'll keep an eye on this group as they use the draft to save some gas and get ready to pit here in probably a handful of laps. And actual slight correction there, with them drafting in this pack, it looks like this pack is currently good on fuel. Does not look like they're going to have to stop for fuel at all. So the only saving grace for our drivers here 9 and 10 seconds back is going to be if there is a caution. The caution's not likely to happen if everybody is racing side by side. However, looks like one after the other, looks like some side-by-side racing is breaking out just a little bit. The 24 car gets a big run, and he gets a little bit of a block from the 6 car of Griffin Deer, but he's able to keep his nose on the outside. Griffin thinks better of a late block there, moves down, and with a huge run, the 24 is able to come around the outside line. And Cameron Arndt now in the 3 car is able to clear Griffin as well, and those 2 cars pulled down, reclaiming the lead after a similar move took the lead from them by the 6 and the 72 just a few laps ago. Look like Brandon Hare, he's been trying that outside line a good bit throughout the duration of this race. Looks like he tried to get on the outside line and follow that momentum around the outside. Did not come to fruition for him there as he now drops back to the back of the 6 car breakaway. Now up to the front, maybe Griffin looking at putting his nose back out into clean air and trying to get a run on the outside. Instead, he tucks right back in behind Cameron Arndt. Ooh, and they are tucked tightly together, pushing the 24 car down the front stretch right around the start-finish line. Oh, and we have a spin. It looks like the number 3 car has spun down into the inside line. I don't think he hit anything there. We're going to take that back and see if we can see exactly what happened here. So we're going to take it back here on Cameron Arndt, and we're going to back it up just a little bit while we are under a yellow flag. Yeah, and it looks like Cameron got on the outside just a little bit as the 6 of Griffin Deer got his nose ever so slightly to the inside of the 3 car, and that was ever so slightly too much, as when Arndt came back down, Griffin was there, and his nose just turned him a little bit. So got him spun. No harm, no foul. He didn't actually hit anything there. So hopefully he'll be able to put on 4 fresh Goodyear tires and get back into the racing. So we are now going to have everybody get caught up, including those cars that are a lap down. They are doing a wave around rule since this is a non-points paying race. Again, in usual races, once you go a lap down with Premier Sim Racing Association, you are a lap down outside of the lucky dog rule as it stands. But because tonight is a non-points paying race, they are going to let some drivers get back on the lead lap here. So little break here for Richard Moore and Kyle Bridges to get them back on the lead lap. We're going to step away for just a moment here as the teams take their cars down to the service of their teams. We'll be right back with PSRA TV. All right, as we now take a look at the iRacing pace car, we see that the lights are off on the top of the car, meaning we are about to go green flag racing. After the pit stops, we see Griffin Deere as well as Miguel Rodriguez leading the pack here. They did not pit. Same with Stephen Parker. Then behind them, everyone else did. So not a huge tire difference here is going to come into effect here in Daytona with the super speedway layout of it. So don't know that handling will make that big of a difference. Still interesting to see if they can make some moves on those fresh tires. All right, the pace car takes a hard left turn down into the pit road. Gryffindor leads us to the restart zone, and the green flag waves. We have 14 laps to go here in this first heat, opening up our new season with PSRA. Griffin makes a big move to get up to the in front of Miguel Rodriguez in the 72. Miguel gives him a little bit of space. That outside row is able to get a little bit of momentum. But it doesn't look like the 24 is going to tuck in behind the 10. No, he is going to lead that outside line with a huge run as they come down the backstretch. It looks like, yes, the 24 is now going to be pulling even with the 72 car. 6 is going to bail out and go high. He does not make it in time. In fact, he overshoots a little bit that high line. Now the middle line able to take that huge run in between the 6 and the 72. Just absolutely kills Gryffindor's momentum. It looks like he's probably going to go from the leader of the pack all the way to the back. We see a little bit of contact now as two cars get together. That is Brandon Hare and I believe it was Miguel Rodriguez getting together there. Very, very close to an incident there, but they were able to keep it together. Fine bit of driving there by those guys to keep it all clean, as it certainly looked like they were going to be losing it. Jared Ogletree now seeing which line he wants to push. Does he want to go high with the 6 car or stay low and push the 10 car of Stephen Parker up towards the front? Meanwhile, we see Travis and John Dart getting lined up here on the top side just outside of Devin Benoit. Griffin's going to move up to the top line to join them, and it looks like they might be able to work together, get a little bit of drafting help between those 3 drivers. Going to go here to the helicopter view so we can see what this group looks like 2 by 2. Oh, we see a little bit of drama here at the very back of the pack. It looks like the 11 car is trying to do some bump drafting with the 25. The 25 does not sit well with him, so the 25 now spinning down to the inside of the track. Right now, as we take a close eye here at the back of this long line here at the front of the pack, this is about 9 cars here at the front of the pack. You see these last 6 or 7 cars able to get a huge run on the top 2 cars. Going to see some accordion action start, but it looks like Stephen Parker is going to lead that momentum up on the high side. The 10 car pulling the 28 now of Jared Ogletree on the outside. Behind him, Devin Benoit. And then you see the 93 car. That is John Dart. Behind him, Gryffindor in the 6. And some contact now between the 10 and the 72. Puts the 72 towards the outside wall. That is going to bring out our next caution for cause tonight. As we see some of the further back parts of the pack drive through it, but what an incident here for Stephen Parker, it looks like, and the 72 car. All right, yeah, it looks like there was some heavy contact here between the 10, the 72, maybe the 28. The grandstands got in the way just a little bit. We're going to pick a different view here, see if we can take it back. But a hard hit here for the 72 car of Miguel Rodriguez. Yeah, he's going to move to the outside, and the 10 car's there. Nowhere for Miguel to go except into the wall. From there, the 28 car is going to pile into the back of two of them. And a little bit of contact, but some great crash avoidance there by Devin Benoit. Does a really, really great job making it through that one without making things a lot worse for himself. But definitely a hard hit there for Miguel Rodriguez. Hard hit there for John. For Griffin Deer. Gonna see some good wreck avoidance here by Travis Dart, as it looks like he's gonna come up on this accident and be slowed down enough to avoid all of it. So really great job by those drivers back in the back not to ARCA brake it and come in too hard and get into any of that action. So we're gonna come back to live here now while these cars are under caution. You can see here how the running order has started to pan out. Dakota Nichols back to the lead. Cameron Arndt in second place in the 3 car. Then we have Brandon Hare in the 27. Next, John Dart in the 93 car. He's going to be in 4th position. In 5th place, we have Griffin Deer. Travis Dart in the 11 car. He's going to be in 6th. Kyle Bridges now up to 7th. Richard Moore back from a couple of incidents. He's running 8th place. Then after that incident, we have Jared Ogletree, Stephen Parker, Devin Benoit, all back to the back of this pack. Miguel Rodriguez currently showing as out. We're going to take a look. No, he is coming out of the pits now, so it looks like he has got his repairs done, and he will be coming back out onto the track. We have another lap under caution before we go back to green, so we're going to step away for just a moment, and we'll be back with PSRA TV. All right, and the pace car takes that hard left turn down onto pit road. And the green flag waves. We are back under green flag conditions here at Daytona. Do not let the red lights fool you. We will get that one fixed before next time. Don't know why we're showing red lights when we go green. And the field is now getting sorted out as they go down into turn one. We're going to go 2 by 2 in the first 2 rows. There we see the 93 and 11 of Dart. We have the 93, that is John Dart, the 11 of Travis Dart. They are both working their way up to the lead for the first time tonight. Great teamwork between those two Toyota Camrys. We saw them hanging out towards the back earlier in the race, and now when it's time to go, they are going. So that is the 93, that is John Dart and Travis Dart in the 11, both Toyota Camrys, drafting together, taking that huge run of momentum up to the front of the pack. Griffin Deere not going to let it go easily, though. He and Stephen Parker are right back on the bumper. Stephen Parker drops out of line, maybe thinking the 6 car was going to go with him. He certainly did not. 6 car, ooh, now just barely clearing off the nose of the 24. There is no contact there, though. Really, really excellent technical close quarters racing between these drivers. Great super speedway racing. The 24 car now getting a huge run to the inside. He's going to bring a chain of cars with him as he moves to the inside of the number 6 car, and he's going to try to pull up alongside the 11 cars. They go down into turns 3 and 4. The 6 of Griffin Deere, he's pushing on the rear bumper of the 11 as they go into the turn. 11's able to keep a steady wheel, though. The 24 now pulling up alongside the 11. The 3 and the 24 a little bit more tightly packed together than those cars above them. 2 3-car packs, top and bottom, a racing, jockeying for position here. Looks like that top line does have the momentum. You see those 2 Toyotas, the 93 and the 11, both out in front of the 24 now, not wanting to clear themselves down until maybe they can get their current drafting partner, the 6, to come with them. Not going to happen, though, as now Griffin, Cameron, and Brandon all push back on the inside. The 24 is not quite underneath the 6. They're going to get a little loose there. That group's going to break apart just a little bit. 24 car is going to stay high, pick up Stephen Parker in the 10 and Ogletree and in the 28, while the 3 and the 18 of Brandon Hare both drift backwards just a little bit there on that inside line. Now single file all the way back through about the top 10 as this one massive pack, just huge speeds now as we go down into turns 1 and 2. Just 3 laps to go here in Daytona. Remember, this is the first of 2 40-lap races that we're going to have this evening. One more 40-lap race to go. The average finishing position of those 2 races will determine the starting position for this Thursday night's points-paying opener with the Premier Sim Racing Association. But for tonight, we have 2 laps to go here in this qualifier race. Coming now to 2 laps to go. We have 2 lines, inside line, outside line, jockeying for position. Outside line led by newcomers John and Travis Dart. Griffin Deere in the 6 car is tucked up tight behind them. The 3 car now, Cameron Arndt, is going to take a huge dive to the inside. He's going to try to pick up Stephen Parker and Jared Ogletree. Maybe they can get together, bring some momentum to that inside line. Those cars still a little bit too far separated to make a big difference as that front 3-car breakaway, John Dart, Travis Dart, and Griffin Deere now putting a little bit of separation between themselves and the next 5 or 7 cars in the line here. This 2x2 group, 4 on the bottom, 3 on top. They are able to get a little bit of momentum on this front 3 cars as we come to the white flag. 1 lap to go. John Dart's going to bring him to the white flag. Let's see if he can lead him around to the checker. He has Travis Dart right on his tail. Those 2 have not broken ranks, them nor the number 6 car of Griffin Deere, in quite a few laps. We'll see what the rest of the field has to say about it as now the 24 car pulls up to Griffin's rear on the inside line, mind you. Oh no, we have some contact as they go down the backstretch. Huge contact. The 11 car comes down into that inside line, makes contact with the other cars. Meanwhile, we still have a race at the front. The 93 car of John Dart all the way out in the lead. Is Cameron Arndt going to be able to get a run here to run him down? Ogletree in the 28, he's going to get overtaken by a pair of cars running on the outside. That is the 6 car of Griffin Deer, who had run with the darts for so long. But in his very first start with the Premier Racing League, John Dart in the 93 car hung around in the back of the pack for most of the race, does an outstanding job bringing that car home in first place tonight. Got to think that he is happy with that showing. And John Dart is your winner of duel number 1. We're going to take a break here while we re-rack them and get ready for a second heat. One more heat is going to happen here for us to get going. So we're going to put y'all on mute for just a moment while we get that worked out. Congratulations to the 93 car. That's John Dart. His very first start, his very first checkered flag. Not a points-paying race, but puts him in great position for Thursday. We'll be right back with PSRA TV. All right, and a great win by John Dart, out here racing with his brother Travis Dart in the 93 and 11 Toyota Camrys. So big congratulations to him, racing out of Northern California in that number 93 car. So really good to see some new faces out here and successful faces winning the checkered as we get ready to go with one more 15-lap shootout to call it a night. So remember, we're going to take the average of the 2 races and the average finish of those 2 races, and that will be your starting position, the starting order rather, for this Thursday's race. All right, John Dart now going to be leading them to the restart zone. And the green flag is waving. We are back in green flag conditions here at Daytona. Just 15 laps to go to decide the winner of our second duel here at Daytona. John moving up to the high side now. He's going to block out Cameron Arndt, who had a little bit of a run there, but they get hooked up on the high side. Absolute nose-to-tail bump drafting here as they go down the backstretch. Same thing goes for the bottom line there as well, as you see Jared Ogletree, his nose right underneath that rear bumper of the 6 car of Griffin Deer. They're going to try to bring that momentum on the inside line. Real wobbly by Brandon Hare on the outside. I imagine Dakota might be sharing some words with him over the radio about trying to follow him in line there on the outside as they try to get that momentum. Meanwhile, Cameron Arndt is able to clear the 6 car of Griffin Deer underneath him. So that puts 1, 2, 3 cars out in front on that top line before we are side by side after that. Oh, they get out of line just a little bit as Cameron Arndt slides way up the track, almost into the wall there. He keeps it out of the wall. He's able to maintain most of his momentum on the high side, tucking back in behind John Dart there. Cameron Arndt there in the 3 car. He is right now locked in right behind our Duel 1 winner, John Dart, as we complete 14 to go, about to come to 13 laps to go to decide our winner in Duel number 2. Ooh, Cam is all over the back bumper of that 93 car. Same thing goes for the 28, all over the back bumper of the 6 on the inside line here. Always a good idea for the second person to push the front person in these drafting lines here at Daytona. You never want to be the third car pushing the second car. You don't want to push the pusher. That's how these cars get spun out and these two runs get too big and somebody ends up getting misaligned. Oh, you can be really close and tight, like we just saw Brandon Hare on the outside line just behind the number 3 car, but about saw a little bit of that effect, and that's what's knocked that 18 car back into the clutches of the 24 on that outside line. Looks like he had to break a little bit of his momentum with a wiggle there when he got to the back bumper of the 3 car. We see now a little bit of that accordion effect as the 25 is able to get a big run. He has to check up just a little bit, brings him back into the 10 car. So what we're seeing here is the 18 car on the high side, 25 car on the low side. They're both kind of getting runs on the top 2 cars, and you really can't bump that second guy in line without creating an accident. So they're having to check up a little bit, and that's creating a little bit of an accordion effect further back in the pack. Oh, and the 25 now, he gets a little squirrely. The 10 car gets out of it quite a lot. Devin behind him and Kyle behind both of them, able to keep it in a straight line. No contact made there. Meanwhile, Dakota Nichols is all over the back bumper of the 18 now of Brandon Hare. 27, if you're looking over here on the left side scoring pylon, we will get that corrected before our points paying race this Thursday night. Oh, as we see some blinking happening at the front of the pack, that's going to cause a little bit of a scramble. It looks like John, I thought he was wrecked there for a second, folks, but it looks like he wasn't. A little bit of a blink. So that's going to put John Dart a little bit further back in this pack now. That puts Griffin Deere and Jared Ogletree able to keep their momentum on the inside while that top line checked up for what we all thought was the crashing John Dart. Now Griffin, he teases going a little high. That's going to break the momentum with him in the 28. That much longer line of cars on the outside line, if they can really get together, they're going to be able to push a lot harder and get more momentum. Oh, as we see Dakota Nichols tucking out of line, thinking maybe of making a middle line there. He's still at that left rear corner panel. Looks like he's going to think better of it. He tucks back in line behind Brandon Hare. Meanwhile, that inside line now tightened back up. The 28 car, that's Jared Ogletree. He's pushing Griffin Deere in the 6 all the way to the front. Griffin Deere on that inside line. They were fighting back from several car lengths to get on the inside here. And now they have that pack got really spread out. Oh, big wobbles now out of the 25 as they come out of turn number 2 and onto the back stretch. 25 car is able to gather it all up. He tucks back in line behind the 28. Oh, he touches the apron there a little bit, touches it again. He's going to lose a little bit of momentum. That is going to break up a little bit of momentum for the 28 and the 6 car. That's going to allow Brandon Hare to get right back to the back bumper of the 3 car and push Cameron Arndt back up towards the front. But the 6 car, 6 of Griffin Deere, he's going to move to the outside. He blocks the huge run by the 3 of Cameron Arndt. That's going to open a door for Jared Ogletree in the 28. Not quite enough help from behind to be able to get to the inside of the 6. Meanwhile, Cameron Arndt right to the back bumper of that 6 car. He's pushing him for everything that he's worth as they come down the stretch here. Looks like the 25 is getting to the back bumper of the 28 car, just not pushing quite as aggressively as those cars on the top line. Speaking of aggression, here goes the number 3 car of Cameron Arndt. He's going to dive down to the inside. He's going to take the lead now. He's bringing Brandon Hare behind him on that inside line. Outside line now. Oh, the 6 car and the 3 and the 18 of Brandon Hare, they make contact. They're now 3 wide. just past the start finish line as they go down into turn one. Looks like everybody is able to gather it up, but a huge moment there between the 18 of Brandon Hare, the 6 car of Griffin Deer. Fantastic saves by both of those drivers. Once again, thought we were about to see a caution flag, but they were able to tidy everything back up and get back in line. Oh, meanwhile, the 6 car is hard into the outside lane. He comes back down across traffic. He's going to hit 4 or 5 different cars. He's going to hit the 11 car. That is Travis Dart. It looks like the 93 of John Dart might have gotten a piece of that as well. Definitely the 6 car getting up to the outside wall, coming back down across the track, bringing out the yellow flag. We're going to take a little bit closer look here and see what happened. It looked like it may have started here between the 93 of John Dart and the 6 car of Griffin Deer. Yeah, it looks like John just got a little bit of a bad bump there on Griffin, a little bit misaligned there. He hits Griffin Deer during a little bit of a wobble, and that is not going to send Griffin Deer in a straight trajectory. That pushes him a little bit to the outside. Yeah, so we're going to take a look at this here. So you see the second car on the right line there is going to make a little bit of contact to the back of the 6 car. That's going to turn him to the outside wall. He then turns back across the track and collects basically everyone else behind him. I think Steven Parker's the only one that got away completely clean on that. So obviously nothing that was done intentionally there by John Dart. Just an unfortunate thing that happens when you're racing at 200 miles an hour for very little real estate and trying to bump draft and get every inch that you can gain on another line of cars. And you bump too hard, you bump a little out of line, and next thing you know, we're under caution. So first caution flag of this second stint. We're going to have about 6 laps to go, maybe 5 laps to go, and we come back to green flag racing here. We're going to step away while we're under caution. Cameron Art and the number 3 car leads here in the Daytona qualifier. Remember, the average of the 2 races will be where you start this Thursday's race. John Dart off to a great start by winning Duel 1. Unfortunately involved in this caution here in Duel 2, the 15-lap shootout. We'll see if he can get his car fixed and back out on the track to be competitive right after this on PSRA TV. All right, and we are back to green flag racing here at Daytona. Looks like a very tidy start for the number 3 car, Cameron Arndt, as he's able to get in front of the 24. That's Dakota Nichols as we restart with just 4 laps to go here. Looks like we have all 12 drivers back here on the lead lap. All 12 drivers now with a chance with just 4 to go. See if somebody can get a run here and challenge this top group of leaders. Again, had a little bit of a surprise win. John Dart in the 93 car, currently running 8th. He won our initial dual race tonight, our 40-lap race. Now in this 15-lap shootout, experiencing some issues early on. We'll see if he can get back up here and compete for the win. Meanwhile, Cameron Arndt and this number 3 Chicago Cubs paint scheme, just a really good-looking paint scheme for that machine. He's taking the lead now. He's got Dakota Nichols right behind him. Jared Ogletree in the number 28 car. That's the orange Reese's machine behind them. Brandon Hare, currently listed as number 27 in our running order on the left-hand side. He is 18 on the track in that black, yellow, and red machine. They are the 4-car breakaway at the front of this pack right now. 5th place is Griffin Deere. He's in the back of this second pack that is going to be getting a huge run as we see some blinks coming from Duel 1 winner, the 93 of John Dart. This back pack, you see, they are now getting a huge run. They're going to be making a move here. Griffin trying to decide, does he want to go to the outside? Does he want to stay tucked in behind the inside? Decides to stay tucked in behind the inside. That's going to give a huge run now. We saw this a little bit in the first one, the 11 car and the 93 coming around the outside as we come to 2 laps to go. Just 2 laps remaining here in the second dual race at Daytona. Cameron Arndt still has the lead over the 24 car. It looks like this 5-car breakaway that goes Arndt, Nichols, Ogletree, Hare, Deere. They're not wanting to break out of line. Right as I say that, Deere is going to go to the high side. He's going to try to pick up the number 93 car of John Dart on the outside, get that draft. The 18 does move to him, does a little bit of side drafting, pulls him back some. That's going to leave a 3-car breakaway now out front. That 3-car breakaway up front certainly wanting to race it out among themselves as they look behind them and see 2x2 racing. Now 3 wide racing behind them. They take the white flag. It is Cameron Arndt, Dakota Nichols, and Jared Ogletree, the 3-car breakaway, now about a half a second ahead of everyone else. Now we see the 11 car, that's Travis Dart, the 25 car of Richard Moore, all getting involved. Stephen Parker, the 10 car, all getting involved in an incident there, but we're going to keep our eyes up front. We will go back and take a look at that, rest assured. But meanwhile, we see, oh no, the 24 car moves to the outside. He makes contact with the 28 of Jared Ogletree. We're going to go back and take another look at that one as well, but we are going to stay right here up front with the leaders. We have Griffin Deere now making a huge run on the 3-car of Cameron Arndt. Can he get a big enough run as they come out of turn 4? Can he get past the 3 of Cameron Arndt? It looks like he cannot. Cameron Arndt is going to win duel number 2. Griffin Deere in second place. What a rebound by the 72 car. That's Miguel Rodriguez coming in third place. Fourth place is going to be Jared Ogletree. Got to think he's disappointed with that finish after he had just a solid run there. Okay, so we have 2 incidents that we need to go back and take a look at. We're going to do these in chronological order. So we're going to go back first, and we're going to see what happens here to the 11 machine of Travis Dart. It looks like that's maybe where this started. We see some blinky action going on from the 93 car. That's his brother, John Dart. Maybe not the blinking that caused the issue. John's going to be right on the rear bumper of the 6 car. And it looks like the 6 car gets a little squirrely. He has to check up some. That causes the 11 to have to check up some. That gets the 10 car of Stephen Parker to his outside, where they were 3 wide as they came to 1 to go. Okay, and it looks like there was a come together here between the 25 car, that is Richard Moore, and whatever car that was just to his outside. Let's see, we're going to call that the 11 of Travis Dart. Let's hit play right here and see. Yeah, it looks like the 11 and then 25 just come together here. It looks like hard to point one way or the other. It looks like the 11 was maybe moving down some. The 25 was definitely moving up some. Looks like maybe the 25 moving up some more than the 11 moving down, but came across the nose, creates a terrible last lap incident for those guys. What an opportunity there for it looked like who's that in the 60, Devin Benoit, he drives right through. We see Brandon Hare driving right through that. Okay, so that's what happened between those two gents. Now let's go back and see what happened here. Some serious contact between the 28 of Jared Ogletree, the 24 of Dakota Nichols. Looks like Ogletree had a huge run here to the outside. He had the 6 car pushing him, and looks like Dakota it just moved up high into the 28 car on that one. Yeah, it looks like the 6 and the 28 had a huge run. I don't know if the 24 car thought there was more room, but there wasn't. So heavy contact for both the 24 and the 28 car. That's going to lose them both a few positions. Oh, a little extracurricular after that. It looks like the 18 of Brandon Hare on coming back onto the track after his previous incident came up onto the track, got into John Dart, about took out third place car Miguel Rodriguez. Oh, and comes back down the track and just absolutely crushes the 24, really putting a somewhat of a period at the end of the 24 cars day. Definitely not an exclamation point. Yeah, definitely some rough finishes there for some top contenders. To get us to the race results, though, let's talk a little bit about how our race finished up here tonight. So we're going to take a look at our results. So here are the results for the day. We have Cameron Arndt in first place. Griffin Deere crosses the line in second. Miguel Rodriguez in third. Jared Ogletree manages to salvage a fourth place finish after that. Out of that, then we see that's got to be the 11 car. No, correction. That is the 93 car, John Dart there. So able to bring home a top 5 finish in the second race after winning the first one. So congratulations to both Cam and John for their respective wins this evening. Very glad to see those guys able to put on a good show and get their respective wins tonight. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. And don't forget, we will be racing for the real race. That is going to be this Thursday. This Thursday night, we will have the regular race. This was just the qualifier. So lots more racing to come. Not too late for you to join. You can join PSRA on Discord. You can see the link there. It will also be linked in our bio and all that stuff in our YouTube channel and Instagram. We hope that you can join us with the Premier Sim Racing Association. My name is Chris. I've been your commentator. Thank you very much for joining us, and we will see you again later this week.